Welcome to Founders Club, the show for real estate entrepreneurs.
So Billy Colstock said, what are some habits that you needed to create in your life to start hitting your bigger goals?
Oh, good question. So there are two things, two and a half, three big things that I started doing that made a significant difference. And I'll give credit where credit's due. The book Atomic Habits. I don't know if you've read it.
Great book.
But it's all about kind of the little things that you can do that'll set you up. And one of them is setting an alarm for 6 a.m. Every night. Like, I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. even if I don't necessarily have to, but having just that regular wake up time. When I wake up at 6 a.m., everything has a way of working out. If I sleep in a little bit. Funny thing is, on the weekends, I don't set an alarm on the weekends unless something happens. I wake up anyway.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Because you're just used to it.
Well, I got 4 kids, right? So it's the only time where the house is actually quiet. I get so much reading and stuff done on the weekends. I don't do it on the weekends because if I did, my wife would kill me. So that is an area
turn
where,
that alarm off.
Exactly. She's like, do that again, and yeah, you're dead. But setting an alarm every night at 6 a.m., and that's just a regular practice. And I tell myself, there is no snooze. Because somebody told me, I forget who it was, every time you hit the snooze, you break a promise with yourself.
Ooh.
And so I tell myself, there is no snooze. I will not break a promise to myself. And that is kind of the closing thought that I have. And so that's a habit that I've developed. The second one that I've gotten back to again is setting up my gym clothes the night before. Because I found if I wake up and it's there, then I'll actually go and exercise. But I think the single biggest habit that I developed that has made the biggest difference is documenting every day of my life. So what I do, I keep a planner, and as I go through each day, I make a note of what did I do from 9 to 11? What did I do from this time to this time? And I write out what I did. So I have my calendar, my digital calendar, use Google Calendar to plot out the meetings. Yeah. But it is interesting to go back at the end of the week and to say, wow, what I said my week was going to be like is nothing like what it was. Yeah. And I use that to be able to go back and to say, okay, what were things that I did that were productive? What were things that were unproductive? And I use that as a tool to say, I really shouldn't be doing this. And so now anytime somebody on my team comes along and they go, I don't have a lot of time, or we really need to hire a new person for this area, the very first thing I have them do is start documenting how you're spending your days.
Yeah, that's so
And
good.
it is amazing how often they'll come back and you'll be like, you shouldn't even be doing this.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Or they'll come
back. You
back.
wasted an hour every day on this that doesn't matter.
Yeah. And there'll be some days where it gets away from me. Yeah. There'll be some days where I look back and I go, holy crap, I have no idea.
No idea what I just did today.
What I did during this large block of time. And I'll put in a bunch of question marks and a frowny face. As just a thing of like, you failed. Like that was a failure. That's time you had. You will not get it back. It is gone. Right. And you have no idea how it was spent. Yeah. That to me is the single greatest tragedy. So.
And on the flip side, like how good it feels when you look back on that week and like you nailed everything, right? Like then you have that great sense of accomplishment.
Yeah. Well, because I do at the end of every week, I also go through and I write down what were my big wins for the week. What were some things that maybe didn't work out? What lessons did I learn that I'll reapply? So that's something I do every Sunday night. And then I'll also take that in and say, okay, in light of all this, what must I do this next week? What things I need to make progress towards my goals? But I go back and I just flip through each day when I'm looking at wins, and I'll forget. Yeah. I'll forget really cool things that happen and go, holy crap, that's right. That was cool. So I just would encourage more professionals, founders, entrepreneurs, start documenting your day. Yeah. Start writing out what you do. The mere act will make you more productive, and the learnings you get from it will be invaluable. And start encouraging people on your team to do the same.
That was like such a slap in the face for me because I literally used to do that. I did that for years, and then for some reason I just got away from it. Yeah. And now having this conversation, I'm like, what the hell did I get away from that for? Like, because it's so nice to, and then like even like you can look back over your year. Yeah. Like, whoa, look, I did all these things this year. You close this deal, close this property, this, that, and the other.
It's fun.
So it's like, yeah, it's
fun
a lot
to do.
of fun.
It's kind of like an easy diary. Yeah.
And so simple. I mean, just have it next to your desk every day. Boom, boom, boom.
Exactly.
Done. Love it.
To listen to this full Founders Club interview, go to foundersclub.tv.